are starting today's video in the Subi. We're gonna show a little bit of where it's at now. It's been about a year since the first restoration of the Subi, so I'm definitely excited for this one. Right now we are just in a park, and it's probably gonna be the new spot for doing things like this. Gonna get a video out here real quick. If I go around this curve up here, then there should be some more off areas that wouldn't have as much traffic as right here. These woods are actually really pretty in the fall and summer, but right now the spot I plan to use is actually right up here where the silver car is, so I'm hoping nobody's in it. We'll kind of scope it out for a second. As soon as we pull up, they are pulling off. So I'm gonna get posted up in this corner, I think, away from these trash bins. Subi transmission's not properly going into reverse. You have to really like play with it. I guess we'll try this out. I don't know if it actually works or not, so we will just see about that. It's not a very windy day, but that's why I waited for today to film. This whole week it's been really windy, so hopefully this will help even more, but we'll see. All right, so we are out here. Hopefully stays like this with no traffic, but here is the Subi. There was a slight accident, but let's just go over where it's at right now. We have a new early 2000s, new to me, early 2000s fiberglass bumper. It's a random brand, but from what I could tell, the bottom line down is definitely Blobeye Bumper. When I bought it, it had two huge just holes right here, and it looked rather ugly. So we went on eBay, ordered some Blobeye. They were like $30 Blobeye fog light covers. Fog lights are actually a lot more than the covers, believe it or not. These were like $30 versus $130. So we just got covers for right now. Had to modify a bunch underneath to get to fit the original fog light housings. In the previous video, it can be reflected back to, but they are square, and that is not. Little gaps. I'm thinking when it heats up, it's about 46 degrees today, and it's been below freezing since I fixed it, but get some heat to that, push it in a little bit, hopefully not crack paint. I think I enjoy this front bumper a lot more just because it's not so low to the ground. I did raise the front just a little bit. As far as the quarter, it's a little folded. I don't know if it's more folded from the last video, but it definitely is buckled from rubbing. I still need to cut the inside really bad. You can see where tire is rubbing, and it's folding back out actually. Yeah, so that's a doozy, and something that'll be addressed this year for sure. But overall, not looking bad. I think it's back to daily status. Damn it. Just noticed that. Oh, go back in. That's not good. Rookie mistake. Okay. Overall, though, pretty clean. There's also a pretty deep bumper gap right here. Ooh, exposed. V7 rear bumper. It's a JDM V7 rear bumper. The rings that go into these little slots are way bigger on this car versus a Blob, I guess. So I did have the other rail. That's what's on it now. The other rail is actually to the quarter now that I think of it. So this rail is for a splat eye. Yeah, an 08 is what that rail is for. I'm just very grateful at the end of the day, because we did have an accident with it. It was cut off, tried to go back around this person, and was ran off the road. So Subaru bottomed out, coilover snapped in half. It was like a dog fight that way. But yeah, brake line snapped in half. I'll insert a picture of actually after it wrecked right now. So with the front bumper, it basically, I went off the road. There's a dip. When I went into the dip, my front bumper pulled. When it pulled forward, it was just on its face. That's where this is right here. It's just scraping against the concrete. Cracked her up real good, pulled it out from the clips, took this clip with it completely. So that's where all the tire was and all the collision was, especially on the fender, as well as the wheel giving out. But yeah, we were like probably 2 minutes from home, so that was the bummy part too, is that we were so close to home. Definitely could have just made better decisions and went about the rest of the day, but the car was broke until about beginning of January into December. We got it back together, we got the parts sourced, had to wait until a couple of warm days came up in December to get this painted, luckily, but we got the fender done, the front bumper done, the fog light cover is painted, and I think it looks pretty good for right now. Just went to a Cars and Coffee with it and had some pretty decent pictures taken of it. But I would say overall, we learned our lesson. So anyways, we learned our lesson, learned what I did wrong in that situation and what to do different in situations in the future. These things are trippy. You guys ever have these as a kid and never step on them? Because that thing hurted, for real. Alright, before we head out of here, I'm definitely going to skateboard to about that corner and set up the camera and do like a drive-by. But before that, I did bring little low-C micro B. They're like $100 ready to run with a battery and remote. The body is velcroed on. The battery tucks behind this little bar right here that pushes in and slides up. This would be a cool little spot to get it at. And the suspension on this thing, hold on. New plan is just to go over here in the road. It does not like those little ball things I showed earlier. I like this little thing a lot. Yeah.